Deafen Hagar.
Wow! She just pulled an Uno reverse card on you. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Game of Thrones. Today we'll be watching episode 8 of season 2, The Prince of Winterfell. Well, from the previous episode, the way we ended, we saw that Theon, being an idiot, trying to prove something for the Greyjoys, saying that he is a Greyjoy. Apparently, 2 kids looked like they were barbecued. But I don't believe that that's Rickon and Bran. I just feel like because they are in, not just Hodor is carrying Bran around, but they are in sort of the care of Osha, and she's a wildling, and she definitely is like one of the free people, of course, but she has a way around, and she would have found a way to escape beyond Theon's hounds at the time. So that's what I forgot to mention that in the previous episode. It's mainly because I believe Osha in that regard, and the rest of the heavy work, Hodor will do the will do the carrying and everything. Because I just don't believe that Rickon and Bran are barbecue. Just no. I mean, I can't expect anything because after what we saw in episode 9 in season 1, but it's just that I truly trust Osha, and I feel that she would have found a way to escape past these goons. So I'm very curious and nervous at the same time to see what's going to happen, because this says Prince of Winterfell. So, well, my only concern is that there always has to be a Stark at Winterfell, and now that that's completely gone, like that line is out the window. I'm not sure what exactly does that mean. Does that sort of symbolically mean that the Prince of Winterfell could be like either Bran, Rickon? We know that Robb is king in the north, but the next person would be Prince and Little Lord, or I'm not sure in terms of the titles exactly, but again, I don't know, this could even mean that Theon calls himself Prince of Winterfell. By now it's like nothing would even matter, because right now the Greyjoys have Winterfell and he could be called that. I don't know, I'm just like putting out my guesses there, but my concern is, will there be a chain event of bad things happening for the Stark family now that Winterfell is no longer under their control and there's not even one Stark left? Because I feel like after Ned, everything is like fallen down like a proper domino effect, and naturally this is because of what has happened in King's Landing. But still, just like to see it from this perspective, I'm not sure. And then we have Jon, who is now officially captured by the wildlings, and may I say, I really love Ygritte. She's one of my favorite characters at the moment as well, including to the list of ones that I already have. But most of you guys told me that Jon and Ygritte are married in real life. I mean, come on, what a lovely love story that is. Like, no wonder their chemistry is so good. But I'm not sure if they met during this time or they knew each other before, or I'm not sure really. But whatever it is, in the end, I feel like they got together and they are now, wow, I was a bit shocked when I read it, but at the same time, I can understand why they have really good on-screen chemistry. And then we have now Stannis approaching King's Landing. Apparently, what's his name? Tyrion said that they would be there in under 5 days, if not less, if the wind was in their favor. So assuming this is 5 days later, I don't know, like I don't know where exactly we will pick it up, but not naturally it won't be much of a time difference. It could be maybe the third day that we're watching this episode since Tyrion mentioned that. So all in all, I need to see what's going on, and hopefully, you know, with also Sansa, she's now bled and she can now marry Joffrey. But I'm sure this is all after the war or battle with Stannis. Will they decide, like, you know, when to have the marriage and all that? Oh God, I don't think I'm ready for that. But episode 8, here we go. I'm super excited. I can't even.
Which one gave you the tougher fight, the cripple or the 6-year-old?
I treated the Stark boys with honour, and they repaid me with treachery.
You treated them with honour by butchering them.
Before I had to kill them, I
You
treated
seized
them...
their home, as is your right.
They made me a promise.
Your little boy prisoners made you a promise, and you got mad when they broke it. Are you the dumbest cunt alive?
Wow.
A cunt. A dumb cunt who killed the only 2 Starks in Winterfell.
I'm warning you.
Go on, then. Warn me.
How am I supposed to defend Winterfell with just this lot?
You're not. I've come to bring you home. Father wants a word.
Is this a joke?
Our power comes from our ships. And now that you've decorated your walls with the bodies of the Stark boys, every man in the North wants to see you hanged. When Robb Stark finds out...
Won't find out.
He's found out, dipshit.
And one night you just wouldn't shut up. Screaming like a dying pig.
Oh.
I walked over to your crib, I looked down at you. I wanted to strangle you.
Wow.
And you looked up at me and you stopped screaming. Don't die so far from the sea.
Oh, she's got a soft heart for him. And you felt your sister. I'll never forget that. Holy shit.
Your present, Lord of Bones.
Lord of Bones, what the fuck?
Already got one, Crow. Don't need two.
Mance will want to question this one. Knows all about where the crows are and what they're planning.
Holy shit!
Dan knows more.
He's here! Half-hand!
What does Mance want with a dead man's bastard?
I don't know. I think he'll want to decide for himself.
He runs. I'll chop his balls off.
He
Okay.
runs. I'll do it myself.
I had the sword in her neck. I know. The others. When you didn't come back, we weren't looking for you. You found your
No.
tracks fast enough. But they found us before we found you.
I'm sure you'll be very happy.
Lady Talissa.
And you're marrying her for a bridge.
An important bridge.
Put it like that,
It
bitch.
was before they killed my father.
Really? Do
He
tell.
once told me that being a lord is like being a father. He told me he woke with fear in the morning and went to bed with fear in the night. I asked him, how can a man be brave if he's afraid? And that is the only time a man can be brave, he told me.
That's very... I like
I wish I
that.
could have left him.
Oh, yeah.
He would have liked you.
Oh, yeah.
You think I'm fighting this war so they'll sing songs about me? I want to go home. I want the men following me to go home.
And why don't you?
Because we'll never be safe until the Lannisters are defeated. And because I believe in justice.
And she is Charlie Chaplin's great-granddaughter?
The Kingslayer. He escaped in the night. How?
Your mother.
How?
Bran and Rickon are captives in Winterfell. Sansa and Arya are captives in King's Landing. I have 5 children and only one of them is free.
I lost one son, fighting by your son's side. I would carve out my heart and offer it to the Father if he would let my sons wake from their graves and step into a prison cell.
I grieve for your
retrace
sons,
that.
my
I
lord.
don't want your grief, I want my vengeance.
Jaime Lannister has played you for a fool. You've weakened our position. You brought discord into our camp. And you did it all behind my back.
Oh, God.
Make sure she's guarded day and night.
Robb,
How many men did we send in pursuit of the Kingslayer?
40, Your Grace.
Send another 40. With our fastest horses.
Robb.
You're much happier in daylight. What's your name?
Ass.
You know many men? I suppose not. Women? Horses?
Ah.
I didn't mean to give offense, my lady. Forgive me.
No crimes are past forgiveness, Kingslayer. There are 3 men in the kingdom who might have a chance against me. You're not one of them.
And who are the other
All
3?
my life, men like you've sneered at me.
And all my life I've been knocking men like you into the dust.
If you're so confident, unlock my chain. Let's see what happens.
Maybe one day we'll find out, Kingslayer.
Yes, Brienne. Kratos has got nothing on you, babes.
Surrender the Iron Throne.
Better than seeing their heads mounted on the city gates. Stannis will execute them all.
No, a king who runs will not be king for long. He's a Lannister. He'll stand and fight.
Let's see him try.
Stannis, 2 days from the capital,
2 days.
and a wolf at my doorstep.
Scouts as sure as Robb Stark remains north of Ashmark.
The last time the scouts assured us of Stark's movement, he lured us into a trap.
He sent a splinter force to recapture Winterfell. The Greyjoys have done us a great favor. Stark won't risk marching on Casterly Rock until he's at full force.
He's a boy and he's never lost a battle.
What?
We'll ride at nightfall.
What?
I want a full night's march before he knows we're on the move. Clegane, you'll maintain a garrison here at Harrenhal. Track down this Brotherhood and destroy them.
Oh my god!
Where's your stick now, bitch? I promised to fuck you with it. Come on!
What?
Time to kill some wolves!
When they were all born, did their like brains like it come out separately or something?
I saw him.
Where?
I saw him. Where, dumbass?
Where?
Wow,
They were
wow.
running out the gates a few hours ago.
A few hours ago.
They burned my ears.
Oh god, she can't warn him.
What'd you want of him anyway?
To kill. Fucking Tywin Lannister.
How does it feel knowing those men all died? So you could skip through the snow with your little savage girl. I didn't. I should have known better. Trusting a traitor's bastard!
Oh my god! Oh, that is all part of the act. Oh, is she on it? Like, I mean, not on it, but does she know what's happening? She's very smart, this one.
I don't want to wear a gold cloak.
You're commander of the City Watch. You shouldn't be dressed like a common
The
salesman.
cloak slows you down in a fight.
Why are you staring at me?
You don't want me cleaning my nails? You don't want me looking your way? Why am I here?
To help me plan the defense of King's Landing. Stannis will be here any day. An history of the great sieges of Westeros by Archmaster Shevlethan. Shevletesh.
Shavlatesh.
Shivaltish.
Shivaltish.
Did you know there has been a marked drop in thievery?
Wow, thanks so much for this
Did not
update.
know. And how did you accomplish this marked drop in thievery?
Me and the lads rounded up all the known thieves. Have you ever been in a city under siege? Maybe this part's not in your books. See, it's not the fighting that kills most people, it's the starving. Food's worth more than gold.
Stannis knows King's Landing. He knows where the walls are strongest, and he knows which gates are weakest.
Okay.
Mudgate.
Mudgate. What's
Good
that?
ram will batter it down in minutes, and it's only 50 yards from the water. That's where he'll land.
And if Stannis does attack the Mudgate, what is our plan?
I'm not cut out for this sort of work.
I always imagine myself doing something much worse.
In latrine pits at the end of the world. I can't imagine anything much worse.
You lack imagination. They went off with a half hand. They didn't come back. A betting man would go with dead.
He's not dead. No, John's a great fighter.
Well, he's better than me. And a lot better than you.
Whoa.
Oh, it's 7 hours, that.
Jackpot.
The first men made these marks.
What?
Help me with it.
What's that?
Must be dragon glass.
Dragon glass.
I've heard of.
Maybe
You
it's
meant.
called obsidian. Why would a brother hide it here?
I expect it's because he wanted somebody to find it.
Didn't Sam mention something about it that he read in the library of
Tywin Lannister was right here, and now he's gone.
A girl owes one more name.
Tywin
Director
Lannister?
demands it. Give the man a name.
How long after I give you the name does it take you to kill someone?
A minute, an hour, a month.
He's taking his army to attack my brother. I need him dead right now.
This a man cannot do.
You promised you'd help me.
That wasn't promised, lovely girl. Only death.
Jack and Hagar.
Wow! She just pulled an Uno reverse card on you.
Hagar gives a man his own name.
That's right.
Gods are not mocked. This is no joking thing.
Man can go kill himself.
Unname me,
No.
please.
If you help me and my friends escape.
Shit, she is.
This would require more than one life. This is not part of our bargain.
Fine. Jack and Hagar.
If I do this thing, a girl must obey.
A girl will obey.
A girl will obey what, babes?
A girl and her friends will walk through the gate at midnight.
Whoa! Why so short midnight? Why not 11:59?
I hear Joffrey plans on fighting.
An inspiration for the troops. A young king in his shining armor, fighting to defend the capital against the wicked old rebel.
He's only a boy.
Please.
Younger
Boy
boys
who's
are all
on.
fighting his war.
His place is not on the battlefield.
It's not on the throne either. Sadly for all of us.
Do you think I'm an idiot?
No, I'd say you possess above average intelligence.
You shipped off my only daughter.
You have his king's guard protecting him. He has the finest armor gold can buy. He needs to be out there. The men will fight more fiercely seeing the king fighting beside them.
Perhaps I'm dangerous too. You, on the other hand, are as big a fool as every other man. That little worm between your legs does half your thinking.
It's not that little. Why are you smiling?
I don't know.
Because I'm happy.
Why are you happy?
Because I have your little whore.
What?
Why do you care who I fuck?
Because a Lannister always pays her debts. You stole my only daughter. You plot to have Joffrey killed.
This is madness. Stannis will be here in days. You need me.
For what? Your skill in battle?
Where did you find her?
Varys isn't the only one who hears whispers. Really, a Lannister lion necklace. You need to hide your secret whores more carefully. Don't worry, she'll be treated gently enough. Unless Joffrey is hurt, and then every wound he suffers, she'll suffer too. And if he dies, there isn't a man alive who could devise a more painful death for your little cunt.
Oh my god, Rose! Oh, thank frick. I'm sorry. Oh god, that's not the right words. Oh my god, poor Rose.
I promise. I will free you.
Don't forget me.
Never.
How has this happened?
I will hurt you for this. A day will come when you think you are safe and happy, and your joy will turn to ashes in your mouth, and you will know the debt is paid.
I've been waiting all night. What is wrong?
You're beautiful.
I cut off their faces. I will.
Super. I love your spirit there, babes.
I would kill for you. Do you know that? I expect I'll have to before this is over. Promise me.
I can't.
I'm yours, and you're mine.
A touch of mercy is a virtue, Your Grace. Too much.
Many Ironborn, with the exception of Theon Greyjoy. He betrayed our cause. He betrayed me. We will hunt him down no matter where he runs. The Lannisters have my sisters. The man I considered my closest friend has seized my home and my brothers. I'm fighting a war and I don't know if I should march south or north.
Sorry. It was a stupid question. You're a king.
That's not the kind of king I want to be.
I like that.
What kind do you want to be?
I don't know. The good kind.
I was raised to be a proper little lady. To play the harp and dance the latest steps and recite Valyrian poetry.
Okay.
Glad to hear you play the harp.
No, you would not. When I was 12, my mother and father went to a wedding. Weddings in Volantis last for days, you know. And they left me with my little brother.
So do Indian and many Asians.
I was treading water, talking to a friend, when I realized I hadn't seen my brother. I called his name, and then I started screaming his name. And then I saw him
What?
floating face down. My heart just
stopped. I dragged him from the water and he was dead. Just dead. A man ran over. He had a fish tattoo on his face.
What? Fish tattoo?
In Volantis, the slaves have tattoos, so you know what they are without having to talk to them. Started pressing on my brother's chest again and again until my brother spat out half of the roid and cried out, and the man cradled his head and told him to be calm. I would not waste my years planning dances and masquerades with the other noble ladies. And when I came of age, I would never live in a slave city again. Never
I
die.
don't want to marry the Frey girl.
Oh, God. Rob.
I don't want you to marry her.
Oh, God. It's unreal. This is unreal. This is beautiful, but this is... Wow. Her mom is perfect. She's literally a perfect model. Perfect eyebrows, perfect bum. Are you guys sure this is gonna happen? I guess so.
What do he want us to do about those guards?
He didn't say. He just said walk through the gates.
What about the guards?
He didn't say anything about the guards.
Oh, what, he left that bit out?
Yeah.
That's a pretty important part, don't you think?
Why? My father was a crabber. And? Well, sons of lords don't like to break bread with sons of crabbers. Our hands stink.
And where were those lords when Storm's End starved? Robert and Ned Stark, they were the heroes, the glorious rebels, marching from battle to battle, liberating towns from the yoke of the Mad King while I held Storm's End with 500 men.
No one has forgotten your grace.
No, Robert did. He gave Storm's End to Renly after the war. Renly never fought a day in his life.
He was only a boy.
So why'd you give him Storm's End?
Oh, do you relax, Thomas?
The night before you slipped through, I thought my wife was dying. She couldn't speak anymore, she was so frail. And then you made it through the lines. Slipped right through in your little black sail boat with your onions.
And potatoes. Some salt and beef, I believe.
Every man on Storm's End wanted to kiss you that night.
I was relieved
that's why
they
he's
did
got
not.
onion night, because he got food to
Robert
Storm's
told me
End.
to hold Storm's End, so I held it. When I sit the Iron Throne, you'll be my hand.
Oh my. When, you say?
Your grace. I pray us if you will.
I expect you'll be the first crabber's son to wear the badge.
I have many little birds in the north, my lord, but I haven't heard their songs since Theon Greyjoy captured Winterfell.
The Stark forces are distracted. Now is the time to strike.
You do understand Stannis Baratheon sails this way?
If my uncle Stannis lands on the shores of King's Landing, I'll ride out to greet him.
A brave choice, your grace. I'm sure your men will line up behind you.
They say Stannis never smiles. I'll give him a red smile.
All right, Joker.
From ear to ear.
I wish we could converse as two honest, intelligent men.
I wish we could too.
What do you want? Never expected to have any real power. So when my father named me acting hand...
You're quite good at being hand, you know.
Yeah, you are.
Jon Arryn and Ned Stark were good men. But they disdained the game and those who played. They say he burns his enemies alive to honor the Lord of Light.
Yeah, yeah.
The Lord of Light wants his enemies burnt. The drowned god wants them drowned. Why are all the gods such vicious cunts? Where's the god of tits and wine?
In the Summer Isles, they worship a fertility goddess with 16 teats.
You should sail there immediately.
Daenerys Targaryen lives.
The girl at the edge of the world is the least of our problems.
She has 3 dragons. But even if what they say is true, it'll be years before they are fully grown. And then there'll be nowhere to hide.
Oh.
Zara owns this city, and the warlocks have 1,000 eyes watching for you. I've found one. A ship with a good captain.
Okay.
She leaves for Astapor tomorrow.
Astapor.
I know they call you the mother of dragons, and I know you love them, but you didn't grow them in your womb. They didn't suckle at your breast. They are dragons, Khaleesi. And if we stay in Karth, we'll die.
You should sail to Astapor. I'm sure you'll be safe there.
You know I would die for you.
Yes, we do, Jorah.
I will never abandon you. I'm sworn to protect you, to serve.
Then serve me.
His magic is strong.
And what of my magic? You saw me step into the fire. You watched the witch burn. What did the flames do to me? Do you remember?
Till my last breath, I will remember.
Yeah, of course, because she was naked, for sure.
After I have forgotten my mother's face.
Whoa. What?
They are my children. And they are the only children I will ever have.
Okay, I guess the only children she'll ever have.
He's feeding the crops now. His wife too.
They are not dead. But I feel bad for the ones who actually got burnt. Wait, for the farmer for his troubles. What troubles?
Who was that out there? Hung up at the gates.
Must have been the farmer's boys.
Oh my god, the orphan boys.
Killed them, burned them, and passed them off as little lots. The little lads have suffered enough.
Okay, there we have it. Episode 8 of season 2. I knew from the start that there was no possibility that Bran and Rickon were the ones who were burnt, and I do not think that Theon would be going to that level to prove a point by killing 2 orphan boys who did nothing but love a family, who got taken into a family, and I think that's what they meant, that this is for the farmer's troubles. And it's so sick. I know that's what the Greyjoys do, they take what they want, but it's just like the world that they live in is just so sadistic, and it's very hard to take in that this is what it comes to prove a point. Like, I will kill the boys, burn them, hang them up for people to see for a few more days and until they rot, as if they are not already barbecued enough. I don't know how the rot would even grow in that regard, and all of that. So it's just like, I just think that Theon is losing his plot, and I feel like the guy that he is with, he's just listening to everything he does. Like he says, let him hang up for another day or so. Yeah, he will do that. He says that he needs to pay the iron price. He kills Roderick. Like, he doesn't make the decisions himself as a Greyjoy. He listens. He's still a puppet. You can see that. And I feel like this guy is just being played for a fool. And I don't know. I don't get good vibes off of that guy. And I feel like Theon is just losing his, the road to what he's trying to prove. And it's just making him look like an idiot more than anything. It's not like he is a warrior that has taken Winterfell and what the Greyjoys do, but it's more like, oh yeah, you're saying this, I'll follow it. And he's doing exactly that. Whereas you could see Yara, she's her own command, she's her own leader. She does everything that she needs to do and they follow her rather than the other way around. So they know who the leader is when she went to Deepwood Motte. And here on the other end, even though he sees Winterfell with 20 men, he needed like people telling him what to do in order to seize that moment and get that moment. So to me, I don't think Theon, like if his father wants a word with him, I don't think it's not just about Theon seizing Winterfell and Robb Stark's armies and his bannermen following for the cause, going down and, taking Theon down. But it's also the fact that Theon is a puppet still, is what I feel. At least that's what I think in my regard, but I'm not sure. But first we saw the Lord of Bones in the Wildling territory. I'm not gonna lie, he reminded me of a little bit of the new game Horizon Forbidden West, where they are really like fully geared up in these spikes and needles and stuff like that, and it looks like this guy is a big deal. I'm not sure how big of a deal he is when it comes to the King Beyond the Wall. So if you compare Mance Rayder to Lord of Bones, I'm not really like who's got the upper hand in a battle. Is he like, you could say, the hand of the King Beyond the Wall? I'm not sure. But I guess we get to see who Lord of Bones is future down the line in the next few episodes. And then I really liked what Robb Stark said to Lissa while they were walking. How can a man be brave if he's afraid? And that's when Ned, or not Ned, someone said, I'm not sure, to him, saying that that is the only time when he can be brave. So he has to be brave while he's afraid. And it's just, I feel like that's a really strong dialogue, and I thought it was worth noting it down. So that was one of the things that highlighted for me. And then Jaime set free by Catelyn, and I'm assuming that he's on his way to, not for Rickon and Bran, of course, but it's for the Lannister girls, the Lannister, you know, like bargains, so like they can get the girls back, and then in place of Jaime, and naturally Brienne will be the one to take control of that situation. And Brienne's father is called Selwyn Tarth. That's something new we found about her. And then when I was talking in the first episode, in the intro, where I didn't know what timeline this episode is in, because from the previous episode, Tyrion said that Stannis is 5 days from King's Landing. So now Stannis is 2 days from the capital. So yeah, so it's very close to 2 days from King's Landing. And then Tywin Lannister is now on his way to take down Robb Stark. And he's riding, well, nightfall, and now Arya has told Jaqen H'ghar, that entire Jaqen H'ghar scene with her was, she played a major reverse card on the guy, and I never thought that he would be the third name, and unless she helped him, unless he helped her, you know, escape through the night, she will not unname him. And my God, she's freaking got balls of steel, not balls, vulva of steel, let's start there. So she's like out there in my, as always, like number one. Now it's Arya. Arya and Tyrion are always on my, like, I can't say who's number one for me, so these two are number one. Second is now Ygritte. I really like the girl, and I'm very curious to see how she and Jon Snow are, or how she tries to explain who Jon Snow is to Mance Rayder, because she did give her, like, you know, ask the Lord of Bones to spare his life and whatnot. So that's why she says we're even now, but I want to see more of them two together. And then while they were evaluating the plans for Stannis' arrival, something called the Mudgate. I mean, I got in and out here and there about it with your, like, with Bronn and Varys, but it's more like, what exactly will be their strategy? At that moment when he said pig shit, I thought with the face, because I don't think Varys is aware of wildfire, so I'm assuming that's what he meant. That's where the wildfire might be placed. And I want to see this wildfire, like, if it can burn someone's cock while they piss on it. I want to see it, not that, but I want to see how the effect of wildfire is. And then while I forgot his name, but forgot the guy's name, I'm so sorry, Sam and the other one, when they were digging, they came across a symbol which was carved by the first men, which was, what did they say, that it was thousands of years ago in the previous episode? I'm not sure, but thousands of years ago they came across dragon glass, which is called the obsidian. And isn't that what Sam said? I'm trying to find that when I think it was like when they not dragon. I think they spoke about dragon stone. Sorry, I got confused with dragon. I think maybe this is the first time we're seeing dragon glass, but I swear I thought when they showed that scene of the wall, right, like fire can burn dead people, and you know, let's hope they don't cross the wall. And in between that, I felt like the dialogue was dragon glass. I maybe I confused that with dragonstone. If it is the first time we're hearing about dragon glass, that's what that was. Well, it does have a nice, like, sound, like a satisfying sound against, like, when you clunk it against each other, so very interesting. Then I wrote down Joffrey 17 because I kind of forgot what his age was, but yeah, now we know that Joffrey is 17. And then Cersei and Tyrion, holy crap, so she's got the wrong one. And I wonder who gave the pendant to Rose, because the only time that she's been, at least we've seen her be with someone, was with Joffrey. I don't think Joffrey would have given anything to them, seeing how he abused both of them. So how would she have gotten the rose pendant? Is that something that she got while she was in the pleasure house? Maybe from some random Lannister? Well, I mean, which Lannister else would have that? Like, it's not like something that is there for every Lannister. It's for the Lannisters, right? Not sure how she got the pendant or whose pendant it belongs to, unless it is Tyrion's and somehow she has it. Which in that case, how is it possible? So yeah. And when he went back to Shay, don't get me started. That scene really got me. Really, really did. Well, we heard about Lady Telissa's story. A little too much there. But I really like them two together. I really do. I just feel that, you know, after all that Ned went through and Ned losing his head for, you know, and him crossing the bridge and whatnot, I just feel that, you know, I don't know, I would have not appreciated if that happened. But you know, if it's love, man. Can't help it. These two people are in love and they just have to crack on. I get it, I understand. So, but her story was ridiculous, like the CPR and brother and coughing out, calm down, fish tattoo on the face. Fish tattoo on the face, shockingly, it's also the Vale sigil, right? Oh, yeah, Vale? Was it the Vale? Or the Tyrell? I'm not sure. But yeah, and then after that, we heard about Sir Davos' story as to how he became the Onion Knight, which I was like, what does this mean, this Onion Knight? Now it makes sense. He brought in food, beef, salt, and called him the Onion Knight in dire, desperate need of food to the people of, you know, Stannis' army in Storm's End. Makes so much sense. And then now in the end, we saw Daenerys waiting for her dragons. She knows that she will never leave without them, and I am so excited to see what happens when she gets her dragons and how she's going to kill Zaro, whatever his name is, and the other idiotic man, whoever he looks like the creep. But yeah, other than that, this episode was ridiculously wonderful. I enjoyed it so much. I am so excited for episode 9 and 10 because now we're almost closing into the finale. And yeah, let's crack on. I'm very excited. So I'll see you guys in episode 9. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Please don't forget to wear a mask and stay safe for your friends and family. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.